year and a half ago, the Portland Trailblazers were the NBA's running joke. 21 wins, dead last in the West. If they were on your screen, it meant you lost a bet or fell asleep with the TV on. The moment things got uncomfortable, they unraveled. Mentally, defensively, collectively. By the second time out, the outcome was already decided.
Deni Avdija just gets something up there, but back come the Kings. Ellis up the floor. Beautiful pass, pinpoint right to the ring.
The story around Portland didn't slowly evolve, it snapped into something new. And that sudden change is exactly why the league is paying attention. The Blazers are no longer a comfortable matchup. They push back, they apply pressure, they look organized, intentional, and most importantly, dangerous. There's a surprise offensive leader, a 7'2" anchor who swallows rebounds and space, and a roster that finally fits together with a clear defensive identity. This doesn't feel accidental anymore. This turnaround isn't fueled by a random surge or some unexplainable locker room energy. It's built on structure, role clarity, and smart personnel decisions. And at the center of it all is a player Washington quietly gave up on, like something useful tossed in a junk drawer. When Portland acquired Deni Avdija, the reaction was muted. Decent move, versatile wing, nice complementary piece. No one was penciling him in as a franchise pillar or an offensive hub. Then he arrived and everything changed. Maybe it was the freedom. Maybe it was finally having a defined purpose, or maybe it was the first time a team truly trusted him with the keys instead of instructions. Whatever it was, Avdija stopped playing contained basketball and started playing assertive basketball. Year 1 in Portland, career best numbers, 16.9 points, 7.3 boards, 3.9 assists. Respectable, promising, still easy to ignore. Then the season's back half flipped the switch. Across the final 41 games, Avdija surged to 22.1 points, 7.8 rebounds, and 4.7 assists, while Portland posted a 23-18 record. That matters. In the Western Conference, sustained winning doesn't happen by coincidence. It signals substance. Now, there's no denying it. This season, Avdija is putting up 25.8 points, 7.1 rebounds, and 6.3 assists on 47.4 shooting and a 63.7 true shooting mark. That's not potential, that's all-star production. And the real alarm bell? His on-off differential, plus 19.7. That number tells you everything. Portland doesn't just dip without him, it transforms. The team functions at an entirely different level when he's on the floor. Zoom out league-wide and it gets even louder. Avdija ranks third in on-off impact across the NBA, behind only Giannis Antetokounmpo and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Rebuilding teams don't have that kind of gravitational force unless the rebuild is already over. This isn't box score padding either. Against OKC, Avdija delivered a 31-point triple-double with 19 rebounds and 10 assists, the first Israeli player ever to do so. At 24, this isn't a temporary spike. This is the age where leaps stick. When Damian Lillard made his "okay, this is real" jump at 23, he averaged 20.7, 4.3, and 5.6 en route to his first All-Star nod. Avdija's right there, with one key difference. He's not doing it alone, and Portland isn't hoping anymore. They're arriving. Deni Avdija's breakout needed structure, and Portland found it in the 7'2" wall behind him. Donovan Klingan, a two-time national champion with old-school edge, Klingan brings a confrontational presence that challenges every drive. Many scouts viewed him as a top 3 talent, so landing him at 7th felt like a gift. Still, his rookie year began quietly, stuck behind DeAndre Ayton and Williams III. Everything changed on February 10th. After a blowout loss to Denver, Klingan dropped 21 points and 7 rebounds in just 21 minutes off the bench. He entered the starting lineup the next game and never gave it back, starting the final 27 games of the season. His numbers won't dominate highlights: 8.8 points, 9.9 rebounds, 1.8 blocks in 25 minutes, but they're steady, repeatable, and valuable. This season, his impact runs even deeper. Despite modest scoring, Klingan leads the entire NBA in offensive rebounds, grabbing 4.6 per game. That's where Portland breaks game plans. The Blazers shoot just 33% from 3, dead last in the league. On paper, opponents should pack the paint and live with the misses. Klingan ruins that logic. He turns missed shots into extra chances and clean defensive stops into extended nightmares. Against Chicago, his 10 offensive boards directly created 15 second-chance points. Defensively, he's the backbone of Portland's resurgence. Over the final 41 games last season, the Blazers finished with a top-3 defense, the kind of leap only a dominant center enables. Klingan led the league in contested shots per 36 minutes and ranked top 5 in blocks. Drivers hesitate, paint touches vanish. With Klingan anchoring the middle and Avdija wreaking havoc on the wings, Portland has become something dangerous, a team that refuses to go away. This isn't a two-man story surrounded by spare parts. It's the result of deliberate, often uncomfortable decisions that finally gave Portland a roster with logic. They moved on from Anthony Simons to bring in a proven champion. They bought out DeAndre Ayton to clear a clean runway for Donovan Klingan. And in a move that mattered as much emotionally as it did symbolically, they brought Damian Lillard back into the building. Depth is the real weapon. Shaedon Sharpe, once viewed as a $90 million gamble, has flipped the narrative entirely. He's averaging 18.5 points off the bench while playing starter-level minutes, all at just 22 years old. His ceiling isn't hypothetical. He's already one of only 4 teenagers in NBA history to post a 37-7 game, alongside LeBron, KD, and Luka. Drew Holiday was expected to be a mentor, a steadying voice for limited minutes. Instead, he's delivering one of his most productive offensive seasons in years. 16.7 points, 8.3 assists, and 38% from 3 on career-high volume. This isn't veteran maintenance, this is leadership through competition. Then there's the supporting cast. Jeremy Grant has reinvented himself as a super sixth man, leading the league in bench scoring. Toumani Camara plays every possession like an all-defense audition, bringing relentless physicality on the wing. Robert Williams III still pops up with games that feel unreal. 14 rebounds, 5 blocks, no warning. This isn't star and filler depth. It's functional, durable depth, the kind that survives 82 games. And the team is still not whole. Scoot Henderson remains sidelined with a hamstring injury, despite flashing real growth late last season, including a 39-point eruption. Jan Hansen, the intriguing 7-footer taken 16th, waits in reserve. And Dame, rehabbing his Achilles, is signed through 2026-27. Picture the possibility: Lillard, Avdija, Klingan, Sharpe, and a healthy Scoot sharing the floor. That's not fantasy, that's a future lineup. Let's be honest, Portland is 9-15. They're not contenders. They're navigating instability under interim coach Tiago Splitter, with rotations still shifting and flaws fully exposed. The biggest one is obvious: they can't shoot, dead last in the league at 33% from 3. Their defense, once top 3, has slipped to the middle of the pack. But that's the tension. If this team is competitive while shooting that poorly, if they're stealing wins and disrupting teams with real expectations, what happens when the shots simply normalize? Average shooting plus Klingan's offensive rebounding is a math problem. Average shooting plus Avdija's playmaking is a real offense. Average shooting plus Sharpe scoring depth starts to look like a playoff rotation. Portland hasn't made the postseason since 2021. 4 years of teardown, losses, and saying goodbye to a franchise icon. But this isn't the team that traded Dame. This is what emerged from the fallout. And for the first time in years, Portland isn't hoping to compete. They're preparing to. So here's the question: how high is the ceiling? If the shooting evens out, can this team sneak into the play-in, or is this really a next season breakout? And with Avdija, are these numbers enough for an all-star nod, or does the record hold him back? Drop your take below. This team isn't finished, it's waking up. Like, comment, and subscribe to NBA Freak. Let's ride this season together.